Hello everyone. Welcome back to Simply Blessed Crafts. I'm Tiffany, and I'm so happy that you're here. I hope you enjoy what you see, and let's get on to the DIYs. This is DIY number 1. This little wagon I got. I don't know if I got it from I believe I got it from a thrift store, but I've had it for a really long time, so I honestly don't remember where I got it from. But it's honestly been sitting on my shelf for probably a little over a year, so that's why I'm cleaning it up right here. It was a little dusty and grimy, so just going along with a wet cloth to get all the dirt off. I got it for $3, as you can see right there. And that's kind of a reason why I'm thinking that I got it from a thrift store. Maybe the Boys and Girls Club here in town or something. I shopped there a lot, so I'm just gonna go over it with a light coat of the Waverly chalk paint and plaster. I'm not too worried about getting a full coat on this because I'm gonna go over it with another color. I'm basically just going over it to cover up like the flowers and the green paint and stuff, so I didn't have to put as many coats on it with my other paint. The other paint's chalk paint, so it probably would have still covered up, but I went this route to make sure that it was fully covered. So technically there's 2 coats of paint on this because I do paint it in a agave in chalk paint as well by Waverly. But the birdhouses and flowers just really isn't my style, so I did want to make this over. I thought it was still cute, but it's not me. But yeah, so see how it's kind of a rough paint, but after I went over that, I just went over it with agave. And I'm not too concerned about the wheels either, guys. There is some paint and stuff on there, and I'm not too concerned about those because I will eventually be painting them black, so all the paint's gonna be covered up anyway. But I do go over this with 1 coat of this chalk paint. And I'm sorry if some of these spots are a little long, guys. I tried my best, and I wasn't feeling very good the day that I edited this, so bear with me. So after that's dry, I just grab my heat gun and dry it quickly so I can still work with it. I might have went over this with 2 coats. It is still kind of... Oh, maybe not. I don't know. But here I am, I'm just, after it's all dry and everything, I'm just taping off around the paint that I painted before so I can paint the wheels. I didn't want to have to hassle with painting more than I have to. So just went around that, and I'm painting the wheels in black. I did recently just pick up another thing of ink Waverly chalk paint, but that is not what I'm painting this in. I actually have a chalkboard paint that covers really, really good. So that's what I'm painting this over, and I got it from Target a while back. I don't even know which Target I got it from, so I couldn't even tell you. But after I painted all the wheels and got everything covered good, I'm peeling off the tape here and seeing the reveal. And then I'm just kind of showing you guys what it looks like all painted up. But then I got these the Chalk Tour designs here, and just going it over with, I believe it's called Black Velvet paste. Just lightly going over that with a color. Sorry if you hear my cat in the background. She's kind of being a pain in the tuchus right now. She's laying on me. So she's moving around and stuff. So if you hear a bell, that's what you're hearing. But then I just go over to the other side, and I actually recommend, guys, to wash off your transfers before you use it again if you use it like I'm doing right now. Excuse me. This side actually kind of got a little smeary. I'm thinking it's because I didn't wash my transfer off before I used it again. Yeah, see how the words are kind of smeared a little bit there. So I actually recommend washing your transfers first before you use them second time on the same project. But that is it. DIY number 2. So this one didn't turn out like I was planning on it, but I really do like how it turned out. So it was a happy mistake. But this paint that I'm painting it with is called Mermaid Paradise, I believe it is. So I'm just going over this. It was kind of a heavy coat because trying to get it in all those nooks and crannies in that log was kind of a pain. But once it was fully painted, I went over it with white wax by Folk Art, I believe it is. And I go over it really heavy with this because of all of the little cracks and crevices in that log. It was kind of a pain, but I wanted to bring out the details in that log, so I wanted to get him down in there. And yeah, I've only used this wax stuff one other time, and it turned out really nice. I haven't had too much practice with this yet. I want to start using this on more DIYs, but yeah, I don't know if it's because I went too heavy on it, or if I was just rubbing too hard when I was peeling it off. But I know for a fact that when you wipe it off, the other paint will come with it in some areas. And I just don't think I realized how much I was taking off until it was too late. But like I said, I do really like how this turned out. It was a very happy accident. See, I'm just grabbing a baby wipe and I'm just going around trying to get all the excess wax paint off, and I end up taking a lot of the Mermaid Paradise paint off with it, and I don't realize it until I start going over the little bird's head, and you'll kind of see that I kind of stop, but it still turned out really cute. See, I'm not sure. I'm still kind of going over it because I thought maybe I've just not got enough of the white wax off of it, because it still turned out like it was very, and like right here is where I realized, oh, okay, I'm taking off the actual paint. Maybe that's what I did with the log, I kind of stopped and I dried it. But I really like how it looks like all the paint is really chippy. And that's kind of why I left it the way it was, because I really liked the chippy look. So like I said, it turned out better than what I was thinking it was going to after I was going through it. And then I don't show it in this picture, but I do take a little, that's kind of like a little purplish foam flower, and I stick it down in that little candle holder area there on the branch. And that's it for that one. You'll see the flower thing in the next, or in the reveal, but this is DIY number 3. I've had this for a long time too, and I know I got this at Boys and Girls Club. I go through and I paint it all with linen white and Rust-Oleum chalk paint. You can get it at Walmart, I know, and I actually got mine at a store called L&M Fleet Supply. I used to work there for a short time, so I know that they carried it, and I got a lot of my paint from there. I don't know if anybody has those stores around you. I think it's more of a Minnesota thing, but so here on the back, I'm peeling off the sticker. I got it for $1.49 at the Boys and Girls Club, but I don't know what was up with that red. I don't know if it's because it was dripping back there when people were painting it, or what, but it was kind of rough. So that's why I'm going over it with my sanding block, and it came off really easy, and it went smooth really quick, so it wasn't too big of a deal, but I do just go over this. I think I go over this whole container with 2 coats. But when I do the drawers, I only go over the drawers with 1 coat. And the reason why I did that is because I didn't want it to stick. I wanted the drawers to be able to come out really smooth. So I do kind of have like the lines and stuff like that. But anyway, I grabbed one of these Iod Transfers. This one's a little bit new to me, but I really liked the details in it. And I'm doing a little transfer on each one of the drawers. I'm just picking out the ones that I like. These ones kind of have like a is it like an olden day one with, like animals and like kind of like the Western look. I don't know. The girls on there kind of remind me of like with the vintage dresses and the sun hats and stuff like that. This one here, I have like little sheep on there and stuff. And this transfer I was actually trying to use on a different project, and I'm thinking that that's why it was coming up like that, because I was trying to do it on another project and it didn't turn out. Either that or it was from the chalk paint. I'm not exactly sure, but some of them are kind of peeling up when I'm not actually rubbing them down in certain areas, and then some were sticking really bad. But it worked out. Some of the spots I just kind of tucked over the edges and stuff if I got a lot of them. But I really do like how this one turned out. Here I'm just pushing them down and stuff. And they actually tell you when you're using these transfers to turn the plastic around, that you take the transfer off and go over it with the front, or with the plastic. I think they call it varnishing, but it's just to push down the thing. But I was doing that with my hand, and your hand does work good too. It's not like you have any problems. But I love how this looks. I like how all 3 of them are together there. I think it turns out really cool looking. But right now so I got the crazy glue. I kind of cut some of that out, but I got the crazy glue from Dollar Tree, and I just got some of those little small beads, and I just super glued them on the front. And then I decided that I wanted to put a couple of transfers on the sides just to give it a little more detail. So I picked out this one with the little ducks flying out of the little river or pond or whatever with the tree. I really thought that was pretty, and I loved how that one turned out. It looks so simple, but yet got a lot of detail in it. It's really cool. And then here on the other side, I decided I was going to do the other duck. And then I really liked that house up there in the background, so I put that up there too. I'm just going around rubbing it on. Tell me which ones you like, guys. Give me a comment down below and tell me what DIYs you enjoy. Tell me which one's your favorite. I really love hearing you guys' comments. And if there's anything that you guys want to see in some of my videos, let me know. I mean, I want to know more about you guys too. I mean, tell me where you guys are from, and you know, tell me the kind of DIYs and kind of the arts projects that you like to do and stuff. I mean, I like hearing from you guys, and I would love to read some of your comments. So, I don't know if you guys caught that, but right there when I was trying to flip my project over, I grabbed one of the beads and I was using my finger to flip it over with my hand, and it popped right off. And yeah, it's somewhere in my craft room. I have no idea where it is. So I just grabbed another bead and was gluing it down. I struggled with this one a little bit. The super glue kept sticking in my fingers, and then it would come up with me, and it just wasn't sticking. I had some issues with this, and I figured I would leave it in so you guys can enjoy the struggle. But here I'm just trying to push it down without it excuse me, without it sticking to my fingers. I did grab a screwdriver and kind of push it down so maybe it would stay. I went around the little edges with it to try to get it to stick down a little bit better. Now I'm just going over the edges here with a little bit of, it's called Jet Black by Apple Barrel. I just wanted to give it a little more texture and kind of maybe bring out a little bit more of the details in the transfers. So I'm just going over all the edges of the container. I do lightly go over the front of them too. Very, very light brush. Kind of brings out more of the detail. I really liked, like I said, how this one turned out. But yeah, I waited until I didn't have much on my brush, and then I just went over it really lightly like that with it. And you can kind of see how it looks, and I thought it looked a little more rustic. But there it is, guys. Just kind of showing you all the sides and everything. Showing you the drawers and how smooth they... I did not paint the inside of them, by the way. I left that the same color. But yeah. This is next DIY number 4. And this one is probably my favorite. I got this board from my mother-in-law, actually. She gives me a couple of good things that she doesn't use anymore. So, but I'm just going over it with a baby wipe. over with Antique Waverly Wax. And if you guys have not tried this stuff, you need to pick it up. Because it acts just like a stain. It dries really quick. And there's no bad odors to it. It's kind of a water-based, so it glides really nicely, especially with the wet wipe, and that's why I'm using it, because I want it to spread really nicely. And I'm not saying it don't spread nicely with a paintbrush, but it's a lot more thicker. But it, like I said, it dries really quick, and I mean, it's a gorgeous color. I like how it works. So you can work with this in any place. It like I said, it does not have any odor or nothing to it. So after I go through all of the edges and the back and the front, I mean, I do the whole thing in this paint, or the antique wax. And then after that, I'm taking the same paint that I used on the previous project, the black paint, and I'm just going over the edges of the board. And I personally really love this effect that it gives. I'm going over it with the same baby wipe, and I'm just kind of smearing it. But I really like how this looks, because I feel like it, first of all, it makes it more rustic, but to me it looks like the wood has been burnt. And I like that look. It looks cool. It looks like it's been in a fire or something and it had smoke damage or something. I don't know. I just really like how it looks. It brings out some of the colors in the wood and stuff. So I do this all the way around the board. This one kind of smeared more, kind of went up more into the wood, and I really like how that looks. And then I grabbed one of these stencils. Now, I have a bunch of stencils, guys, and I could not even tell you where I got them all. Like, I know I've ordered so many off of Amazon, and I literally just go to Amazon and type in stencils. You can even do like farmhouse stencils and just go through and just, I mean, I've picked up so many through that. I've picked up some at Hobby Lobby. I've picked up some at Walmart. All kinds of places. But this stencil here, I'm just going over it with, I think it's called like Pure White in folk art. I'm just kind of going over it really lightly, and you can kind of see, be careful with some of these stencils, but this stencil brush I got from Walmart, I believe, but this one had such little letters that I wanted to make sure that I didn't have too much paint on my paintbrush, and you can kind of see that I'm dabbing the paint on the sides of the stencils in certain areas to kind of keep the excess off of it, and I'm going over the letters. And this took a while, guys. Like, my hand and arm got so tired of doing this, but I'm basically just kind of, and there's spots that when I'm dabbing it in the areas that I go back to that one spot that I dabbed it to get the excess off and use that excess paint. And here I'm all done. I'm peeling it up now. I crossed my fingers because it moved on me a couple of times in certain areas, and I wanted to make sure that it was good. But there, I'm just showing it off, and I did have a couple little spots, so I'm just wiping it off with a wet wipe around it, and voila, guys. I'm drying it a little bit with a heat gun, sorry. I'm just, most of it was pretty dry by the time I actually got done doing it, but I wanted to get it all good and dry. But that's it, guys. It's all I have to show you. And here's the final reveal, and I hope you guys enjoyed all these DIYs. Like I said, make sure you comment below. Let me know what your favorite project was, and let me hear about you guys. I want to know. I want to hear about my audience. I enjoy learning new things about the people that are watching. Please give me a like, thumbs up down there, and make sure you subscribe so you can see all the upcoming videos, and you want to click that little bell and push all so you can get a notification next time I upload a new video. And I'm really hoping that you're enjoying all this content, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.